What's up, fam? Thank you for tuning in. I am Complexity, and this is the Karma of It All podcast, an extension of Complex Intuition, where we give advice, support, and guidance in karmic, traumatic, and toxic relationship situations. This week, we have been talking about being the rebound or being on the other end of rebound. And I have the wonderful Georgie Holbrook on the line with us. She's going to discuss her situation and how she got over it. And we're going to learn a little bit from her. Hi, Georgie. How are you doing? Are you on?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me on your program. This is awesome.
Oh, that's no problem. No problem. It's always each one teach one around here. So I'm pretty sure your story will definitely give us some insight on situations that we are possibly going through. So tell us of a time that you felt that you had to deal with being the rebound, or were you actually the one on the receiving end of being a rebound?
Okay, so I'll tell you a piece of my healing story.
Mm-hmm.
So, for most of my life, up until age 36, I was extremely healthy. I hardly ever got sick. And then at age 36, I was diagnosed with allergies. And from allergies, my face started breaking out. So after 5 months of allergy shots, I was diagnosed with rosacea on my face, a deforming, disfiguring disease. But in the corporate world where I was working, incurable was never mentioned. And there's a saying that goes like this: I don't know what I don't know. But that can be self-neglect when it comes to not knowing how our body, mind, and spirit work in harmony with nature. And I was one of those who had been socially conditioned that my work and my brilliant mind and working 12, 14 hours a day and high stress, that my body would never break down. And then when it broke down, it was like I was helpless. I was angry. It was a turning point in my life where I knew more about business and knew nothing about how to take care of my own body. So it was a turning point in my life. And I decided, after going to many different doctors that labeled me incurable and wanted to give me medication, that medication wasn't what I was lacking. But I was lacking information of how to care for myself. So I went on my own journey. And the journey was over 6 years of going from the corporate world and having everything that money could buy to going a natural route where the insurance doesn't cover it, and deciding that I never wanted to be put in a helpless position again. That for all of us and the listeners on here, we need to understand basic how our body breaks down and how to repair it, so that we're not in that innocent, helpless position that I was. So over the next 6 years, I went to 5 to 8 specialists a year, totaling somewhere around 50 dermatologists, asking the same questions. And then I found all kinds of holistic health professionals asking the same question: how does the immune system do natural healing and repair?
Mm-hmm.
How does anyone heal from anything? Let me go visit them. I couldn't find those answers. So what I did was I just kept researching and sticking on a really strict vegetarian diet, thinking that, well, surely diet would help me move through this. But in my searching over 6 years, I progressively got worse. So now somewhere around 42 years old, I'm losing my eyesight. I can't read or drive. Here's this corporate executive now in this helpless position where my face is deforming, and I'm just lost as to where to find answers. So my best efforts are not working. And what I decided was, I was truly led and guided, like we all are, by something higher and bigger, divine intelligence that's guiding all of us. And so in the 6th year, going on the 7th year, I actually found a group, a recovery group, I guess you'd call it, that was working on the emotional side of healing our traumas, our fears, our stress, whatever. And I joined them. So at first I joined for 2 weeks. And by that time I was pretty skinny and scared and traumatized. And I just listened to people and their stories, but I had never, ever at that point in my life thought that the emotions had anything to do with healing.
Thank you all for your donations. Any amount was greatly appreciated. For those of you looking to donate to my podcast, please by all means visit the donation tab at www.thekarmaofitall.net. Any donations over $25 will receive my special Each One Teach One tea. As always, I thank you all for your support.
And the MRIs are showing that I have a lump in my left lung. And 2 doctors, so they put me in intensive care because I'm not able to breathe on my own. I needed oxygen. And so anyway, the 2 doctors separately came in and prepared me for cancer. And I was like, that is not in my thinking. So they were predicting something before actually knowing. And fast forward, that night I had a lot of people praying for me. And Jesus literally physically appeared, removed the lump from my left lung in front of my eyes, wrapped me in the Sacred Heart, did a prayer over me. And the next morning I'm wheeled into the surgery room. The MRIs are on 3 walls in this surgery room where the lump is, so that the surgeon will know where to go. But my prayer partner had come to be with me in the waiting room while I'm in surgery. And I told her, Carolyn, this is what happened last night. They're not going to find any lump. And sure, they didn't find a lump. And they were totally like, well, we don't know. You know, it was on the MRIs and proof of it. And so after that, this is how this book got written. And the cover is actually a piece of silk that I hand dyed, and a butterfly appears in the heart of it. So you'll see on the cover of it. And then I write about the meaning of it also in the book. But thank you for letting me share that story. It's a really fun story that Jesus is really alive and well and is readily available with the angels. I believe there's more angels on earth than there are people, and that there are helpers. And the one thing that they require is that we have to ask them for help. So when we ask, we receive. And we're always afraid to ask anybody for help. So I've grown over the years to not only love the angels, but I write about how to contact them, how to live with them, and how to enjoy this life that is really fun, because the angels, even though they're invisible, are very real once we connect with them. And some of the healing stories that I've seen with clients over many years, I've seen hundreds of people heal anything and everything. And appreciate anybody reading my books, but also sharing the good news with other people.
Yeah. Well, you guys heard it straight from the horse's mouth. It's time to get right, guys. Time for us to start helping others. Time for us to start healing. I am glad that you guys tuned in. And Georgie, I thank you for sharing your story with us. And as you guys know, this is the Karma of It All, where we give advice, guidance, and support to those going through karmic, toxic, and traumatic situations and relationships. I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys again next time. As always, each one teach one. Remain true to you.
Thank you.
Jesus. Looking for more? Join us on Patreon, where you will receive full episodes, raw recordings, Q&A episodes, bonus readings, one-on-one consulting, episode shoutouts, private live shows, free event entries, and more. This $10, 10 cents per month membership goes towards building a better and more exciting podcast just for you. I hope to see you there. You can find us at www.patreon.com/complex intuition, where we give advice, guidance, and support to those who are going through karmic, toxic, and traumatic situations. Hope to see you there. As always, each one teach one. Remain true to you.